Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most, and yes, the rumors is true. HBO is interested in producing and documenting the trial and conviction and the outcome of the appeal of Vybz Kartel. Alright, so there you have it. Heard it straight from here. Now, somebody said, first of all, SouFlo, you know, hear this. Somebody just post this up on another channel, and I want you to check and see if it's true. They said that to me about 5-6 days ago, and I said, nah, I don't think it's true, because them people here love post things for views and likes, right, without doing too much of any research. And my main sources that I go to is like Star, Gleaner, Loop, all the major entities out of Jamaica then, or that carry Jamaica news. So once I didn't see any of them, once I didn't see any of those credible sources posting it, I didn't think it was real myself, and I didn't want to be the one to post it and then it turned out to be fake, right? So we've heard it now, and it actually is real. So first of all, let's start out by, we're going to talk a bag of things right now, and I am going to be speaking in English. I'm not going to chat too much patter right now because, you know, so Vybz Kartel's fan base is wide, spread all across the globe, and people are more tuned into the English than they are. I'm going to alienate some people if I start to just go into some deep patois. So bear with me and let's have a civilized conversation for a minute. So this is what Bert Samuel said. This is one of Vybz Kartel's representing attorneys, Bert Samuels, and there are 2 voice notes out there which I got from Irie FM. It don't make no sense we come on social media and go and like say, we are the source of the information, because we're not. We grab it from different places, and my thing is, I'm not the source of the information, but I am a table for discussion. Right now we're setting a table for a little bit of discussion. I'm going to say some things, alright? Now, here is what Bert Samuel said. He said this. First, he said,
well, about 6 months after the appeal was through being argued, the HBO contacted me with a view to knowing and getting advance notice as to the outcome of the appeal. And they have been in constant contact with us. Of course, the appeal has taken some time, so they have become themselves impatient. I get the impression they want to be here when the decision is handed down. Of course, you know, Kartel's the popularity in the music world is no doubt the driving force behind their interest. So we are waiting the results, and they will be notified by me once I get advance notice about the handing down of this decision.
Alright, so basically he said it was 6 months after the appeal had been granted that HBO, the appeal had been granted, that HBO got in touch with him to find out, you know, how things are going and what's going to be happening next, because they wanted to be a part of it, and they explained to him that they wanted to do stuff like produce, document, and so on, the entire thing from the whole case. You can imagine a whole HBO series case, from the whole trial, the conviction of at the trial, the time he's been behind bars, all that's going on, and the outcome of the appeal, the whole appeal process, the outcome of the appeal. Here's what I'm saying. The world is paying attention. I am glad that the world is paying attention, so these people can realize that this isn't something that you're going to sweep under the carpet. And a lot of it has been swept under the carpet. A lot of it has been manipulated for whatever reasons there is. And trust me, we know, right? But the world is paying attention. Now, he also went ahead and said this.
Your guess is as good as mine. Really don't know, honestly.
Alright, and he was asked, so does that mean that the judgment will be handed down before the end of this year? And he said, your guess is as good as mine. I really don't know. The part that is tricky is HBO said to him that, so HBO said, according to Irie FM, HBO said that give us a notice. Right? Give us a notice, because we want to be there on the ground in Jamaica, cameras rolling, for at least 2 days, before the verdict. What do you think they're coming to do? They're coming to Jamaica to make a movie, people. That's what it is. Because you can imagine if it is let out that Vybz Kartel's verdict will be read for his appeal on December 30th or December 27th. Well, you could imagine the 2 days leading up to that. It's going to be frenzy in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if HBO is out and they're testing the temperature of the people, they're going to be able to tell, well, if them come back with a still guilty verdict, then there's going to be riots in the streets, or there's going to be, because you know Jamaican people stay already, they can't hold them thing back, so man I got talk. They're going to be saying, yeah man, I mash up this man. Anyhow, them come and say the man not guilty and them want to keep him in there. Or it's going to be people saying, you know, them do what them want to do, and Adi is a soldier, and boy, me feel so them will keep him in there, you know, and if them keep him in there, I do something where we have to go ride out. It's so massacre, call them do wicked things to we all the time, blah, blah, blah. They will be able to test the temperature of the people and say, you know, it's going to be safe if they don't, or it's going to be if they do. Get the cameras rolling. This is going to be an exciting time. I can tell you personally, though, that anyhow, regardless of what the verdict comes out to be, is going to be beer pandemonium and excitement. If him get a guilty and stay in the verdict, the people are going to vex. If he is released or he is found innocent and a date set to release anytime soon, it is going to be one rotted party out in the streets. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I've been telling people this for the longest, that when Vybz Kartel is released, I made it my point of duty, you know, to go back to Jamaica. I was in Jamaica in January. And you see one time, budgeting come on, I made it my point of duty to be back in Jamaica again. Because I wanted to be on the ground, walking around, seeing for myself. And yes, they do have the power to stimulate the economy tremendously. When I get to the airport and they're telling me that all vehicles are booked and sold out for the next week full, that means you can't get a rental vehicle at none of the rental facility them. Matter of fact, when I was at the airport, the people were sitting like this at the rental counter. If your deposit was not paid and you did not have a vehicle reserved from a week ago, you couldn't get a vehicle there. And that was all because of Buju Banton affairs, right? So you can imagine it will be the same thing or probably even bigger for Vybz Kartel. You see what I'm saying? So, and this is no argument to say Buju bigger than Kartel, Kartel bigger than Buju. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to tell you that the Gaza thing is huge. And there's people right now that set, ready, set. All them are wait for here like me is go. And from them said go. Jamaica would say, right? So, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a huge thing, right? Just last week, the Court of Appeal had indicated that, according to Irie FM, that, and of course we did a video on this, so you know that, and I'll put that video at the end of this one, that the forthcoming judgment is now at the advanced stage. Tricky, 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 because they did not give a date. So up to this point, Bert Samuels is still not able to say to HBO, say, look, they said that it's at its advanced stage and they will be reading or will be giving us the final verdict December 23rd. So HBO would know to be in the island on the ground with their cameras rolling from December 20th, 21st, right? Which is their plan. That is HBO's plan. That's what they plan to do. But the courts have not given any dates. So therefore, the attorneys of Vybz Kartel cannot give HBO any heads up. Now, not to be sinister, cynical, or a cynic, but I see them people that do some shady, you know what, right? I can see them doing it. I don't put it past them to do some shadiness like release the verdict without notice, without giving the attorneys enough time to notify HBO. That means that by the time HBO gets on the ground, it would have blown over already. You see what I'm saying? And the impact on television screen, on film, what it was like on the ground, it's like arriving at the scene of a celebration, a carnival, the day after the carnival gone, or the day after the riot gone. It's not the same impact as being there the day before it kicked off and the day leading up to it and the day that it actually did kick off. You know what I'm saying? So that I kind of see what I go on here, but we are keeping our eyes open. We're keeping our eyes open. Now I'm having a discussion with a brethren recently, and the brethren say, SouFlo, you know, sister, they wanted to drain Vybz Kartel finances, you know. And the longer them keep him in there, that is the sole purpose, is to drain his finances. So he is not able. What they're surprised about though is how he is able to financially fight this for so many years. Cause Mr. Rich man get clapped already, which means they get convicted already, and they fought it, but they ran out of resources while fighting it and couldn't fight it anymore. For some reason, Kartel look like a fee money long till it can't done, so he's constantly fighting. But let me end by saying this: Vybz Kartel was no idiot. He was no fool. He wasn't taking his money and buying out the bar and buying pum pum. You understand? He was taking his money and investing his money wisely. So his money is now speaking for him when he needs it the most. That was my response to the brethren. And we can get into details about how all this, but I remember Kartel specifically saying something like this. Him said, oh, I guess they're upset because I am buying up real estate properties all over the island and stuff like that. That's to give you a hint, right? Alright, so I never just look a Vybz rum and a business with Corey Todd, and it was more than that to Vybz Kartel that you saw. Alright, and not to mention his book and the whole heap of things that were exposed in the book that them never want, all them something they told to the world, and the heights of which the book went. That book is a staple in an Ivy League university in the United States of America and in England. So remember that. And it's not a book painting Jamaica in the prettiest picture. It's pulling back the rug and exposing the dirt on a whole lot of people. So if we start to talk about all the reasons why he is where he is, for those of us who have followed the case from beginning to end, we want justice for Lizard, but underneath to find Lizard first. Alright? Now, what I see that they have is what I would call a missing persons case. That's what they have. That's it. A missing person case. The person went missing. That's it. There is no concrete proof that there was a murder. Only that somebody went missing. And they don't know who make him gone missing either. We're going to leave it right there for now. But as you can hear, one more time, to the voice of Mr. Bert Samuels, which is one of Vybz Kartel's leading attorneys, and he clearly said that when asked if HBO was interested for real, he was the one that let it out, and he said this.
Well, about 6 months after the appeal was through being argued, the HBO contacted me with a view to knowing and getting advance notice as to the outcome of the appeal. And they have been in constant contact with us. Of course, the appeal has taken some time, so they have become themselves impatient. I get the impression they wanted to hear when the decision is handed down. Of course, you know, Kartel's the popularity in the music world is no doubt the driving force behind their interest. So we are waiting the results, and they will be notified by me once I get advance notice about the handing down of this decision.
Alright, and there you have it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all them good things there. We still say what? We're boss. We still say what? Free Vybz Kartel and the rest of the man them, to include Sean Storm and Kahir Jones, Andre St. John, and the rest of them. Well, not the rest of them, because you don't know, say, Kahir Jones get caught up in some more things than all them things about. Peace.